let's just get into today's show.
Yes, ma'am. So again, as I said in the beginning, we wanted to do a little reintroduction. So I guess that just begs the question of who the hell are we?
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
I thought that we could each kind of tell a little bit about ourselves and who we are individually. I'll start us off.
Go ahead.
My name is Shantae Tizzle, aka DJ Cy Young, aka the best female rapper alive. I'm sorry.
I'm like, hold on, what, DJ Cy Young? Like,
I don't know.
God, a lot of this was news for me.
She's like, when she start DJing?
Right.
I've been taking classes at the Y. No, I'm just. I just had to come with something fresh. No, my name is Shantae Young, and a little bit about me and my professional day. Today, I'm a marketing coordinator at Liberty Mutual. You know, yes, Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. That's me.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
I'm not on that specific marketing team, but I know some people. Okay, so
I will have you say, Shantae, I said, Latia and I one time, probably like a month ago, said, ever since we don't live with Shantae, we don't get as many Liberty Mutual commercials. Tell me why we've been getting Liberty Mutual commercials now.
Asking you shall receive, you know?
I was like, hold on. It's that 1-2 with that actor that's like, Liberty Boobity. And he's like, shoot. You know what I'm talking about?
Can't get it right.
Yes.
Yes. I love those commercials so much, and yet, like, as an employee, we talk about them often, and I'm like, they're so, like, they're corny, and that's what makes them great.
Yes.
But also, I'm like, I see them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be watching something on Hulu, and that's the only commercial I'm getting it. And I'm like, I get it. I work at Liberty Mutual. I don't even, like, sorry to have to say this, I'm not even a customer. But I'm like, yes, you only pay for what you need.
Air it out.
There's one with a bunch of kids, and they're like, save more on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. And they're like, nothing rhymes with Liberty Mutual. And I'm like, that's a lie. Habitual, spiritual. I'm like getting mad. Like, who wrote this? They didn't clear it with me.
Clearly, you need to be on this marketing team.
Yo, I have so much to say, but that is like the one thing anytime I tell people that's where I work, the first thing they're like, oh, Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. And I'm like, yes, and Doug and Limu Emu. That's us. Yes, it is.
Limu Emu and Doug.
So that is what I do in my day-to-day, all things marketing. I really love it. It's been a really great career experience for me growing wise, and I've learned a lot. Like, I think about this very often. When I met Jasmine before we created the podcast, I was on a struggle bus from hell, like card declined so many times. And
not that this is like
that was my way of life, living kind of like, let's see if it goes through today.
Literally though, I do remember that you were working at Target.
Yes. Oh God.
I'll never forget. And
not
to say
that point in time.
Right, I was gonna say, and not to say that, like, you know, that doesn't, like, but the fact that that was how I met you.
Yes.
And now that, like, I know you and kind of, like, you know, what you went to school for, what you were looking for, all that stuff, it's just crazy to see how you've made it, like, happen for yourself, you know?
Absolutely.
You worked at Target, we moved into that apartment, and then you went to school for your master's. You were like, yes. I'm over this. You said, I'm not getting this Target money.
I was like, this isn't working. Something's got to change, okay? When you know better, you do better.
Right.
Okay? Oh, yes. So lately I've been doing a lot of different side gigs, hustles and stuff like that, trying to help other people with small businesses or, you know, side hustles, get their websites together, help them with their marketing and/or social media. And that's something I've found that I'm really passionate about. I really enjoy that. And however, your girl's maxed out on time. Like, there are not enough. When they say there's not enough hours in a day, there just really isn't, because I like to sleep. That's something to know about me.
Amen,
One thing
sister.
I'm gonna do is sleep.
Oh, did you say we could take a nap? All right, bet.
Right. I will find the whole day. We're gonna have plans. I'm finding a way how I schedule my mid-morning, mid-afternoon nap in there.
It's one of those
nap's
things.
Gonna happen.
It's like, okay, we got like a 25, 30-minute drive into the city. All right, bet. I'm going to be in the back with my eyes closed. Wake me up when we get there.
The whole time. I'm telling you, I really do take 20-minute naps. I don't care. If I need it, I'm going to take it. So.
I will. The timer setting on my phone is my best friend.
Yes.
I just be like, how long can I scroll it? All right, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sounds good.
20 minutes? Okay. Yep.
Just make sure it's loud enough so that you wake up.
Some other fun facts about me. I recently moved to Atlanta back in April. It's almost been a year. I cannot believe it's almost been a year already.
Yeah.
There was so much going on last year. And that's been a lot of fun. I'm looking for a house, but very passively looking for a house because the housing market is shit. And what else? Other fun facts about me. I'm a coffee addict. Bring me coffee and you can be my best friend for life, okay?
Amen.
I got like 3 Starbucks gift cards for Christmas and my birthday, so probably had like a total of $50 that I got in gift card money to Starbucks. And then I recently realized I had $15 of unused Starbucks money on the app, and I was like, that's like $70 worth of coffee for free.
Said, coffee on me, breakfast on me, everything.
Why have I been drinking Ventis the last couple of times? I'm like, run it up.
You know what? Let me get the big one.
I want all of it. Okay? Like in the past 2 weekends, I've gotten like 100 Starbucks star points. So now I've spent enough of my gift card money. I can still get free stuff from Starbucks.
It's paying for itself at this point.
It's a lifestyle.
This is why my mom does what she does. I get it now. This is how y'all get sucked in. Yes. The more coffee I drink, the more points I get, so that I can
drink more coffee.
Right.
Yeah. It's a trap. I definitely suggest downloading the Starbucks app.
I was gonna say, there's this game that I play called The Real Game of Life, and you can like do drugs on there, right? Mm-hmm. Coffee is a drug. Like coffee is considered a drug on this game.
I think it's considered a drug in real life too.
It makes sense that, you know, you're in this cycle, not you specifically, but like people get in this cycle of like.
No, I'm in a cycle. I totally wholeheartedly admit that I am addicted to coffee. It's my drug of choice, and I'm okay with that. I am.
No, I have a problem.
Yeah, I really do. If I can't go a day without coffee, or else I'll get a headache. That's how you know. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just a little bit about me. Jazz, what about you? What do you do in your day to day and in your night to night?
Well, you know, I am a local celebrity. So
yes,
outside of all the press release, the photo, I'm just kidding.
The fans lining up for signatures.
You know, I'm just a busy bitch. It's like, no. I'm an HR professional. That's like my 9 to 5, my day job. That's what pays the bulk of my bills. By night on the weekends, I am a Sarajevo bottle girl. You know, I'm out here with my ass out. Doing your guys' bottle service at the clubs, you know.
So is it side to side or is it up and down?
It's up and down, girl. It's up and down.
Okay.
And I think it depends, like, you know, if you have a sign that you hold both hands with, then maybe side to side. But they like the uniform look of everyone going up and down together.
Okay, so we have a consensus now. There's no longer a great debate.
There's a debate?
I've been seeing those little cute little like videos, and it's like, is it side to side or up and down?
I feel like it's a preference thing, but like the up and down, just like when you think about it as far as the club goes, and like when people dance, it's always kind of like, you know.
Also, up and down, you don't bump into people.
Exactly. And with how tight the spaces be, if y'all went side to side, people are getting elbowed in the head. There's gonna be fights.
And maybe they deserve it. Like, why are you so close?
Tell me, girl. Side note, sidebar, I definitely intentionally poured a drink on a patron last night. I definitely did. She was on my nerves. Like, the thing is like, you know that we're here to work. Obviously, I've been at your table 5 different times now to do stuff, you know, like in your vicinity. Don't act like, you know, I've not been here. And like twice, this girl intentionally like bumped into, like, you know, when people are intentionally bumping into you.
Try you.
Yes. So like I acted like I turned around real quick with some drinks, and I intentionally was just kind of like, oh my God, oops, all down the front of her.
I wouldn't have even said oops. I'd have been like, you should move.
Well, nobody can hear me anyways. So like what I always do is like it happens and I'm like, oh sorry. And then kept it pushing because I'm here. I'm just doing my job, and I'm so sorry if you're in my way of me doing my job, and you then got covered in drinks.
Honestly, I could not imagine me as a bottle girl because
I'm telling you, girl, patience is a freaking virtue, okay? And one thing about me, I don't have a lot of patience.
And think about it, like, drunk people are really hard to be patient with.
Well, I was like, girl, yes. Last night, they were trying to tell me that, like, well, we only booked a $1,000 section, so why is there like $2,400 worth of alcohol here? And I was like, because y'all kept ordering bottles. Alcohol. Like, if y'all had a 1K minimum, y'all should have stopped after like the
1K.
First. You feel me? And he was like, but you understand, right? And I was like, no, I do, I understand. But as you guys can see, this is what y'all have consumed and ordered, so this is what you're paying.
Right.
And it worked out. We're good.
That is so funny. He didn't understand how that worked.
You feel me? Like, you've never been to the club before? What? What? I did find out though that they were all very young. Like, homeboy's ID, date of birth said 2000.
Oh, 2000. So he was like 21 probably.
A baby. Literally a freaking baby.
Oh, so, you guys don't know what sections are like yet.
Right.
You're gonna learn today.
You gotta pay to play, okay?
Okay. Alcohol is one of those things that does not come cheap, okay?
No,
you never get that for free.
So that is basically how I make the bulk of my money. My Sarajevo money is, I'm also in the house market like Shantae is. I'm looking a little more aggressively because I'm trying to move. I'm not trying to stay here for freaking ever. So the faster I can get a condo, the faster I can get up out of here. And then on top of that, I am a big like fashion beauty lover. I'm a micro influencer is what I would like to say. You know, I've got a few like collaborations that I've already done this year with brands, paid partnerships, by the way. Like,
whoa.
Shouts out to Shantae. You were here for this conversation, but you know that website Collabster that
from Clean Beauty.
Yes, that Cassandra McClure put us on and all of that. This is actually the website that I've been using to get my like partnerships and whatnot. And I've already made like $250 this year off of this like website. Yeah. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. I've got a couple more like photo shoots set up this year. I'm big into like, you know, I'm a creative type. I do model. I haven't done a lot lately, so I'm trying to get back into that. And outside of that, I'm a big sloth enthusiast. Like, for those of y'all that know me or that don't know me, I freaking love sloths. I've got socks, t-shirts, toys, calendars, pretty much anything that you could think of that you could put sloths on. I guarantee you I have it.
Are you gonna put it in the fair this year?
I'm thinking about it because I really do want to get a very good idea of like my overall like collection and see what it would look like on display. I think I can make it look really cute, and I'm serious when I say I've got little bits of everything. Like, my mom found a freaking like satchel. It's made out of leather. It's like a handcrafted leather satchel.
Is the arms, the straps?
No, but that would be really cute. But like, she found me a leather satchel that's a sloth, you know?
That is so cute.
I have a box of tins of mints that are just like sloth themed. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so crazy how creative people can get with that stuff. But yeah, that's about me. You know, your girl is out here just thriving, living life to the fullest.
In abundance.
Limitless. Like, really though. Jazz is on a good one this year. It's only February. There's still time.
So the next question that we wanted to answer for you guys is, what is the way with Jazz and Tae podcast? Well, that kind of answers it. It's a podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast. Hey.
Done. No.
Next question.
But I would say, if I were to answer it for, you know, me personally, I would say like the way is a podcast, but it's about, you know, our perspectives and sharing it. But I think that we also really started the podcast so that we could have conversations with people maybe we normally wouldn't have. And while I would say we've had conversations with a ton of people that we wouldn't normally be able to, because, you know, the pandemic forced us to go virtual, and then we were meeting a lot of other podcasters and people who were from different parts of the world or country. I wouldn't necessarily say we've had that coming to the table of people with completely separate perspectives from us. And I would love to see us do more of that in the future.
Yes. I really love that you pointed that out, because in the few episodes or conversations that we've had like that, Tyson Robinson being a good example.
Yes.
Those are really good episodes. We have
Always.
Great conversation. We cultivate the types of conversations that we want, that we talk about. So I'm right there with you on that. I absolutely agree that that's definitely what we're trying to do more of. I also know that we have a big passion for shining light on BIPOC, women of color, really bringing light to, and I'm trying to get away from, the last few years we've all kind of had this discussion of we don't want to say the Black struggle. We don't want to say stuff like that, trying to get away from that. So just really shining light on our history as Black people and giving more light to people who are like us in that sense. I really love that that's something that we try to do. We have a platform in a space that makes these people feel comfortable, coming to and talking with us about that. So
absolutely.
Both of those things I feel like are very important to us.
Yeah. What has changed this year or this season?
Well, let's see. Fuck, shit, bitch. Fuck, shit, piss, bitch. All of the above.
We can cuss again. Well, we're no longer on the radio, which means that we're no longer doing a weekly live show. We're going to try and continue to put out weekly content, but it won't be live, and we won't be, I don't think we're going to be as strict with it. I think there's going to be a little bit more relaxed feel to it. But we're still going to be trying to give you guys that good quality content. What else has changed?
We
don't live together anymore, I guess.
I know, I'm like...
That was happening last year, though, but...
I'm trying to think podcast related. I feel like that's the biggest one, is that, we're just not on the radio anymore. We've been able to we're changing up our flow, as a result of that.
I do want to say, to the point of us not living together, since I'm now in Atlanta and you're still in Seattle, I feel like prior to us moving, we had a very big listener base in Seattle. So something that's going to change this year is that I would love to see, again, us kind of get some people from Atlanta listening, and then maybe get some people from Atlanta on the show as well. Some creatives out here. Because there's definitely opportunity.
I agree, for freaking sure. I didn't even really think about that, but just even in our last couple of interviews, we've had people who were from the South or that area, which that's great for us. Please let us expand. Let's go bi-coastal. Are you kidding me?
What?
Are you kidding me?
We on the South and the West Coast? What's up, baby? And then one last question is, what I've already said this a million times, what are we looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to getting our listenership up and getting a sponsorship, because I'm ready to get paid.
Period. I think for me, again, I'm looking forward to fostering those conversations with people we probably would not necessarily ever be in a room with. And then I want to say the flexibility. I think we're going to get a lot of a bit more work-life balance,
Yes.
And flexibility to do other things with the podcast. I would really, really, really love to try and put together either some kind of virtual event, a large virtual event and panel with some other people we've worked with this year, or do a live show somewhere.
Absolutely. And people have already asked us about that,
a private event. Yeah.
And that makes me feel really good, because that's something that we've always wanted to do. It's something that we've talked about doing. We were planning on trying to do something like that in 2020, and then COVID hit. So now that things are trying to, the ball's rolling again, we're almost getting back to normal. I definitely
it's
see
normal
that
out here.
I know. I was gonna say, well, it was so funny because out here, and this is off topic, but related to the whole like COVID mask thing. Inslee's been really quiet. I don't know if you know this, but the last few months, like we were getting updates probably weekly from this man, and the last few months he's just been real silent.
Because he's probably about to pull some shit.
Until this week when he was like, yes, I think he said February 18th is the day that they're gonna pull the outdoor mask mandate. And everyone is like, we already don't wear our masks outside. What are you talking about February 18th? No, let us know we can take our shit off inside. That's all I care about.
Altogether.
That's all I care about. Are you kidding me? I've been taking real good care of my skin. I'm ready for the world to see this, okay?
Yo, I'm ready to not wear a mask for that purpose, period. Because when I tell you, it really took me through it. Like, my skin is still not back to normal. And I'm just like, is this just what I'm going to be dealing with?
The way that I've been getting acne on my like jawline.
Yes.
I never get acne.
There.
Let alone in my jawline.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not this much. It'll be like one.
No, and then it's like
that just pops up. It's literally like all the way across. I'm like, oh dear Lord, help me. But I won't go there with it because, you know, there could be worse things, I guess.
You're right. You could have sebaceous cyst acne.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds awful.
It's like that acne that you'll see that gets really big, red, like bumps, like all over the face. Like the ones that generally when you like see them being treated, they have to like cut open and they're like draining. It's bad. Yeah.
It's the draining part for me.
Yeah. Ugh. I know. I wonder what it smells like.
No.
Ew, I went there. I'm sorry. I did it.
So now on that note, we're going to go ahead and jump into a quick 2 to 3 minute break before we get into our Ask Us Anything. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Way with Jazz and Tae.